Hello and welcome. Today we have a delightful session planned, focusing on the areas of the upper body, shoulders, neck, and also the posture. We're gonna start by hands aligned under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Ground the hands and the top of the feet into the floor. Maintain a long and straight spine with the neck in line with the rest of the spine and gaze between your hands. Inhale, arch the back downwards. Lift the hips and heart upwards. On exhale, curve the back upwards. Pull the belly button towards the spine and tuck the chin toward the collarbones. We will repeat this 3 times. Inhale, we arc the back downwards. Lift the hips and heart upwards. Exhale, curve the back upwards. We draw the navel towards the spine and we tuck the chin towards the collarbone. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. And we curve back up. One more time. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. Awesome. We're gonna come back in tabletop position. Aligning the hands under the shoulders and the knee under the hips. Moving in a balancing cat pose. Inhale and extend the right hand forward and the left foot backward. On the next exhale, round your back and bring the right elbow close to the left knee. Inhale and lengthen once again. We're going to continue to do this movement in sync with our breath 4 times, and then we're going to go back to the other side. So continue this at your own rate. Going back to the center in tabletop position, we're now going to do the same thing but on the other side. Inhale and extend the left hand forward and the right foot backward. Perfect. Now we're going to do the retraction, knee to elbow, 4 times again. For the side table stretch, we're going to create a lateral flexion to our spine. So we're gonna bring our right hand outside of the right edge of our mat, aligning it with our hip. We're then gonna move the left hand about a hand of distance away from the other hand, and we're gonna gaze toward the right hand. As you breathe in the posture, feel all your lateral side expanding and stretching, and continue to breathe gently. And then we're gonna go back to the center and do the other side. So move the left hand outside of the mat, aligning it with our hip, and moving the right hand a hand of distance from the left hand. Taking deep breath here. And when we're ready, we're gonna come back to the center. From the tabletop pose, on the exhale, slowly start to shift your hips back towards your heels. Lower your forehead down to the mat. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, surrender and relax your body, releasing any tensions. From child's pose, take a deep breath in, feeling the gentle expansion of the breath. And as you exhale, slowly walk your hands over the right side of your mat, allowing your left hand to reach towards the right. Continue to extend your left arms while maintaining the grounding of your hips towards your heel. On your next inhale, bring your hands back to the center, returning to your regular child's pose position. Take a moment to center yourself and then repeat the lateral flexion on the opposite side. Exhale as you walk your hand over to the left side, extending your right arm and feeling the stretch along the right side of your body. Continue to breathe deeply and mindfully in this lateral flexion. Inhale as you come back to the center. Take one last deep breath in, allowing yourself one last moment of stillness. And as you exhale, we're gently gonna lift the upper body and slowly coming into a tabletop position. Your hands beneath your shoulders and your knees beneath your hips. As you exhale, step one foot back at a time. For the first chaturanga, we're gonna lower our knee to the ground, untucking our toes and bringing the upper body down in one unit, aligning your hands with the chest. Press the top of your feet and your thighs into the floor and lift your heart and gaze forward. Keep the height the same as if you were lifting your hands from the ground. Inhale and exhale, downward facing dog. Push your hands and knees into the ground and lift your hips towards the sky as if a string was pulling you upward. Bend your knees as needed and distribute the weight evenly between your hands and your feet. We're gonna stay here and take 3 full breaths. You can do small movements with your leg, just walking in place, just to start to warm up a little bit more. To lengthen your spine, you're gonna want to reach your tailbones up and back at the same time and allowing your heels to move towards the floor. Don't hesitate to soften your knees as needed to find more length into your spine. Now lift your right leg up and back. If your shoulders have open, readjust them. On the exhale, bend your right knee and bring it towards the inside of your right elbow. Lower our right knee to the ground. Rotate our right foot towards the outside of the right side of the mat. Place the back foot on its inner edge and stack the left hip over the right hip. Lift your left arm towards the sky while pushing the floor away. If you have wrist pain, bring the hand that's supporting about a hand of distance forward to lower the pressure that's on it. We're now going to do the same thing but on the other side. Bring your right hand to the ground, pivot your right foot inside of the mat, and the back foot faces the front of the mat. Push the floor away with your hands and lift your knee off the ground. Bring it to the back with the other foot. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Straighten your arms and legs. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips towards the sky. Bend your knees as needed and distribute the weight evenly between your hands and your feet. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. If your shoulders opened, realign them. At the exhale, bend your left knee and bring it inside of your left elbow. Lower that knee to the ground and pivot the foot outside of the left side of the mat. Stack the right hip over the left one and bring the right hand towards the sky. We are going to take 3 deep and gentle breaths here. And the whole time, continue to press firmly your hand into the ground. On the next exhale, bring back your top hand onto the floor and pivot back inside of the mat, your left foot, to then bring it back beside the other foot. Push your hands and feet into the ground and lift your hips towards the sky, bend your knees as needed and distribute the weight evenly between your hands and your feet. Inhale, and on the exhale, bring your right leg up and back, bend your knee and bring it towards the inside of your right elbow. Place the foot next to your right thumb, lower the knee of your back leg, ground the front big toe and align the knee with the middle toes. Untuck the toe of the back foot and push the top of the foot into the ground. Use the strength of your legs to lift the upper body and reach your arms towards the sky. Take a deep breath here and support your pelvic floor. Place the left arm on the ground, the right arms to the sky, and gaze toward the right. We're gonna take a few breaths in our twist. For the extended side angle pose with the twist, we're gonna untuck the toes of the back foot, lift the knee, and breathe into the twist. Bring the right arm to the ground. Use the strength of your feet and push the ground away to lift your arms toward the sky. The front knee is bent at 90-degree angle, aligned with the middle toes. Rotate the back foot at 45-degree angle. Rotate the hips and shoulders to face the left side. Realign the shoulders over the hips. Lower the arms parallel to the ground and the gaze follow the front hand. Try to maintain softness in the arms. From Warrior 2 to Warrior 1, bring the hips, shoulders, and back of the foot to face the front of the mat, arms reach towards the sky. In one step, bring the back leg next to the front leg. For the chair pose, root the 4 corners of your feet into the ground, hips distance, bend your knees in alignment with the middle toes. Draw the lower belly back and lift your arms up. Bring your hands in prayer position at your heart and inhale. Exhale as you place your left elbow on the right thigh and gaze toward the right side. Center, and we're gonna do the other side. Stay in prayer and bring your right elbow on your left thigh, gazing on the left side. Center. Inhale and extend your arms up. Push the ground away with your feet and straighten your legs. As you inhale, on the next inhale, visualize bubbles of hair forming between each of your vertebrae. From the bottom to the top, lengthen your spines upward. Inhale and reach your finger towards the sky. Gaze follows the hands and feel the elongation of your spine. Bend from the hips, hands on the floor. The head is heavy and exhale. Step 1 foot back at a time for the plank. Shoulders align above the hands. Chaturanga. Options with the knees down. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. Lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Lift the left leg towards the sky and back, and readjust the shoulders if they have opened. On exhale, bend your knee and bring it back towards the inside of your left elbow. Place the foot next to your left thumb. Ground the front big toe, align the knee with the middle toes, and untuck the back toes while pushing the top of the foot into the ground. Use the strength of your leg to lift the upper body and reach the arms towards the sky. Right arm to the ground, left arm to the sky. Bring your gaze towards the sky. Take a few deep breaths here. At the next exhale, tuck the toes of the back foot, lift the knee, bend the left arm to the ground. Use the strength of your feet and push the ground away to lift your arms towards the sky. Warrior 2, front knee bent at 90 degrees, aligned with the middle toe. Rotate the back foot 45-degree angle and rotate the hips and shoulder to face the left, to face the right. Realign the shoulders over the hips and lower the arms parallel to the ground. The gaze follows the front hand. Warrior 1, bring the hips, shoulders, and back foot to face the front of the mat. The arms reach towards the sky. Transfer the weight in the front leg to bring the back leg next to the other one and keep the hips low for the chair. Root the four corners of the feet into the ground, hips distance, knees in alignment with the middle toes. Bring your hands in prayer to your heart and inhale. Right elbow on the left thigh. Continue to breathe in the posture. Come back to the center. As you exhale, place your left elbow on the right thigh and gaze toward the right. On the next exhale, come back to the center. Extend your arms up. Push the ground away with your feet to straighten your legs and lift your arms up overhead, reaching towards the sky and lengthening your spine. Bend from the hips, hands on the floor. The head is heavy and exhale. Step 1 foot back at a time for the plank. Shoulders align above the hands. Chaturanga. Options with the knees down. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. Lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Raise your right leg backward and upwards. Bend your right knee and bring it towards the space between your arms. Send your leg through the space between your left hand and your foot. Flexing your foot, the sole of the back foot rests on the ground. Make a large circle with the right arm, either lifting it towards the sky or overhead. Here you also have the option to do like we did earlier by placing your leg on the ground and rotating your foot outward. Bring your arm that was up onto the ground, lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Raise your left leg backward and upwards. Bend your left knee and bring it towards the space between your arms. Shift your weight onto the left hand and the outer edge of your left foot. Extend your leg through the space between your right hand and foot, flexing your foot. Place the outer edge of your right foot onto the ground, resting it on its side and sole. Extend your right arm straight up towards the sky or overhead, opening your shoulder and chest. Hold this position for a few breaths. Bring your arm that was up onto the ground, lift your extended leg and bring it back to the center, and then bring it back to the back of the mat next to the other leg, pushing the hips upward with downward facing dog. Lower your knees onto the ground and bring your big toes to touch. Lower your hips back towards your heels and bring your forehead to the ground for the child's pose. Extend your arms forward, allowing them to relax on the floor or to rest them alongside your body. Soften your shoulders and allow the upper body to round naturally. Close your eyes and take slow deep breath, focusing on releasing any tension lingering in your body. You can take a few moments, a few breaths to settle into the pause. Pull away the mat with your hand to come back in a seated position, raising back up one vertebrae at a time. Place yourself to be in the center of the mat and release your back on the ground, one vertebrae at a time. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your knees towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs, holding onto opposite elbows, forearms, or shins, whichever feels comfortable for you. Relax your shoulders and allow your lower back to gently press into the ground. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, feeling the gentle compression in your abdomen as you hug your knees. If you feel like it, you can gently rock from side to side, massaging your lower back. Stay in the pose for a few breaths or as long as it feels comfortable for you. When you're ready to release, gently release your arms and extend your legs back to the floor. For the supine pigeon pose, your back is laying on the floor with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hips distance. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, creating a figure 4 shape with your legs, and flex your right foot. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh and gently pull your left leg towards your chest. Keep your lower back grounded on the mat and relax your shoulders. You can stay here and listen to your body and modify the pose as needed to suit your flexibility and comfort level. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can gently press your right elbow against your right inner thigh, encouraging it to open slightly. Breathe deeply and relax into the pose, allowing any tension to melt away. To release the pose, gently release your hands from behind your thigh and uncross your legs. Repeat the pose on the other side by crossing your left ankle over your right thigh and following the same cues. Hold the pose for a few breaths or as long as it's comfortable for you. To release the pose, gently release your hands from behind your thigh and uncross your legs. For the supine spinal twist, extend your legs out straight and relax your arms alongside your body. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, draw your right knee into your chest. Put your left hand outside of your right knee and bring it across your body to the left side. Allow your right shoulder to gently roll off the mat as you extend your right arm out to the side, palm facing up. Take a gentle deep breath in the position and send your breath into your torsion. When you're ready, come back to the center, bring your foot on the ground and bring it straight on the mat alongside the other one. And we're gonna do the other side. Take the outside of the left knee with your right hand and bring your leg to the right side. Extend the left hand on the outside, palm facing up, and continue to take deep breath here. When you're ready, come back to the center, bring your foot on the ground and bring it straight on the mat alongside the other one. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your knees towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs, holding onto opposite elbows, forearms, or shins, whichever feels comfortable for you. Relax your shoulders and allow your lower back to gently press into the ground. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. When you're ready to release, gently release your arms and extend your legs back to the floor. For Shavasana, lie down on your back, extending your legs comfortably apart and allowing your feet to fall open. Rest your arm alongside your body, palm facing up, and relax your shoulders down towards the ground. Close your eyes gently and bring your attention to your breath. Taking a few deep inhales and exhales to settle into the pose. Allow your body to soften and release any tension or effort. Let go of any conscious control of your breath, allowing it to return to its natural rhythms. Scan your body from head to toe, consciously releasing and relaxing any areas of tension you may encounter. Surrender your weight fully to the ground, feeling supported and helped by the earth beneath you. Release any thoughts, worries, or distraction. Allow them to simply pass by without attaching to them. Remain in Shavasana for several minutes, allowing yourself to completely let go and embrace the present moment. When you're ready to transition out of Shavasana, begin to deepen your breath and gradually awaken your body by gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. Slowly roll over onto the side in a fetal position, taking a moment to pause and integrate the benefit of the practice. When you feel ready, use your hand to support yourself as you slowly and mindfully come up to a seated position.
Thank you so much for having practiced with me today. I hope you got what you wanted out of this practice. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I upload every week, so don't miss out. Put the little bell if you want to get notified. We're having amazing content, amazing flows that are coming your way. I'll see you next week with a new flow, and thank you again for being here.